Today, we are revisiting our top story with our Golden State Warriors reporter, Kendra Andrews, who's joining us in studio. So, Kendra, at the top of our show, Adrian Wojnarowski said that Draymond Green, he's going to be suspended. At this point, it's just a matter of how many games. So, for the Golden State Warriors, what happens next year?
You guys, the locker room last night after that game was so bleak. It was so empty. It was so quiet. There was just no people in there. There's a lot of frustration from every angle, with Draymond not being able to be on the court, with Klay Thompson and Andrew Wiggins, with the starting lineup struggling so much. Yeah. They say, well, we can't just talk about it anymore. We have to be about change. We saw that first change last night when Klay Thompson and Andrew Wiggins were both benched, you guys, in the fourth quarter. So moving forward, what do we expect? We expect more more Jonathan Kuminga. We expect more Moses Moody. We expect more Brandon Pajemski, less Wiggins, less Thompson. The young guys and Stephen Curry, that's what the Warriors are leaning on right now.
It seems like they've realized that what has worked in the past, it's just not working anymore. So, Perk, where do you think they go?
Did you just say Les Thompson? Remember when I said trade him? And listen, here's the thing. Not because I believe that Klay is finished. It's believed that I really believe this. Klay need a new start. I believe if Klay is in another situation, we will see the best version of Klay. But I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. Like, get him to a new destination like the Philadelphia 76ers.
I think it's more resetting the expectations for Klay Thompson. I think the pressure of his contract situation makes it feel like you have to invest way more in him and he has to invest way more in himself. So I'm not saying trade him. If you also know the Golden State Warriors, you know Draymond, you know Klay, you know Steph. You know that they ride for each other. They're loyal for each other. They're not going to just trade him just because it's an inconvenient stretch or an inconvenient situation. I think it's just more the realistic expectations of where you are. You're forced to that reality at some point when you're in the league.
Yeah, but Sinead,
I personally had to exit the starting lineup to go to the bench myself. I was the #1 pick.
No, but you think Klay? It's not time for Klay to do that.
No, it's not. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that you have to have realistic expectations so that you get the maximized roster for the Warriors.
So short of trading Klay, which I just, I don't see that happening right now. Correct me if I'm
I just keep asking where. What's the trade?
So, I don't short of that,
the minutes of the role,
and that's what the Warriors are having to do. When you look at this team right now, they look old. Frankly, they look slow. When you put JK out there, when you put Moses Moody, they bring a dynamic that other guys aren't providing right now, and that's what you're going to see a lot of moving forward.
But that's not like that. All sounds great,
right?
And maybe it'll work a little bit. That's not getting you into the championship.
Putting Stephen Curry out there with a group of 22-year-olds isn't the winning recipe for this team. Right. To stay afloat right now, especially if Draymond Green is suspended for a large amount of games, what other options does this team have right now?
Can we see some of those lineups? So I'm curious, Brian, what you think of. We're talking about down the stretch of the game last night. We had Klay benched, Wiggins benched. What did you think of this?
Benched.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why this kneecapped Steve Kerr, because they were just going to a small lineup with Draymond at center. This is like the worst possible time. He'd been mulling this over for a long time. He makes the change, and now Draymond is out. It's terrible timing for what they were trying to do.
So from here, if you're Golden State, they're right here in Los Angeles tomorrow night, facing a Clippers team that we talked about earlier is playing incredibly well. Your solution, Zach, for now, without knowing the suspension?
You just got to find it from within because there's no other option right now.
Pass the Steph and spread the minutes.
I'm on fire.